Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank y'all so much for stopping by again today. What happened to the beautiful, sweet province girl that I married? She's changed. Let's talk about that today. This is just a few cautionary tales that warn you against not getting to know the woman that you're marrying or living with. Okay, Filipinos will change on you. And a lot of times it's our fault. I got this idea, I was interviewing a guy on my live stream the other day, and he's so enamored with the woman that he's with now that he's known all of 5 months. And he says, I know she loves me. And he said, I don't see any red flags, he says. And I just told him, I said, how can you see any red flags? How can you see anything when she's got that bush stuck in your face? You can't see nothing. You're still on your honeymoon period. He's already talking about visa and everything like that. And I just thought to myself, wow, does he really know this woman? Does he really know the dangers of getting involved with people? It doesn't matter whether they're Filipino or not, without really knowing them. But since I'm in the Philippines, I want to give y'all a few tales. The first one I want to talk about is the Norwegian man falls in love with Filipina, marries her, takes her back to Norway. Well, in a fit of anger, according to her defense lawyer, she smothered her Norwegian husband with a smoldering barbecue grill, stuck it under his bed, shut the door, while he slept, killed him. She said she was in a, not just anger, but rage. She was, something must have really made her mad to do that. But he must have, when he woke up, wherever he woke up, in hell, heaven, wherever we go, he must have asked that question, what happened to the sweet province girl that I married? This is an extreme case. Usually it just involves a bunch of police and a bunch of arguing and a bunch of stress. Fast forward to North Dakota. They're chatting back and forth. The guy comes to the Philippines for 3 days only. Now I know this couple. 3 days and there's no sexual activity or anything. The woman thinks, oh, he's such a gentleman. He's not like the rest of the foreigners who come over here and that's the only thing they want. So after 3 days, he goes back and he files the papers for the K1 visa. She doesn't get to know him. He really doesn't get to know her. She doesn't realize that he's got type 2 diabetes. And the medication that he's taking won't allow him to have sex. So when she comes over and finds that out, first of all, it's like, oh, it's okay. That's no big deal as long as we love each other. Well, they didn't last long. In fits of anger, fits of rage, she gets them kicked out of the apartment they were in, calls the police, gets the neighbors involved, almost makes him lose his job, all in a matter of months. And I'm sure he asked that question, well, what happened to that sweet province girl that I married? Because all 3 of these instances, these women are from the province. And they're sweet when we meet them. Just like us, we put our best foot forward. We forget about our past. We don't even bring that up. It doesn't matter. And she does the same thing. But sometimes it can lead to disaster. Ladies and gentlemen, it's mostly the men. I'm not blaming anybody. Because it's us. We're jumping the gun. Whether it's desperation, loneliness, whatever it is, pussy whip, whatever it is, we end up pulling that trigger too fast. without really knowing the person we're marrying and certainly giving the visa to, because we will bring our problems home with us. You got to give this time. I'm preaching today because this next case is a recent case. And we email back and forth all the time. And he had told me about some instances where, when they were chatting and he had said, well, maybe it's not going to work. And the woman tried to cut her wrist or whatever. And I just told him after he was telling me his story, I said, well, when people show you who they are, believe them. Well, she's another sweet girl from the province. But whatever it was, overrode common sense. Lust, love, whatever it was. And he ended up bringing her home. Well, she just came to the United States in January, ladies and gentlemen. And already the police is involved. Already a bunch of screaming at the top of her lungs and fighting and having him get suspended from his job and everything like that. It did not take her long to show who she really was. See, a lot of people, when you don't get to know them, they can put on a good act. See, that's the problem. When you don't see, there's 360 degrees to a person. You can't see all that in 5 months, in a year, or whatever it is. Some guys come over and do it in 3 weeks. They've got some type of ESP or something. They end up being wrong, but he never seen her angry, never seen her jealous, never seen her skeptical, only happy, most of us. That's the only emotion that we've ever seen most of these Filipinos. He never experienced tempo. He doesn't know anything about her history, her family history. Absolutely nothing. Common sense is overrode by lust. Because the first guy I was telling you about, he's so enamored with this woman, he says, well, I'm in my fourth quarter. I don't know how much time I got. I got to hurry up and get her back home. Well, guess what? Your time is going to be less if you bring the wrong person home. That's all I'm saying. Give it some time. Okay? But these stories are just cautionary tales, so get to know each other. There's nothing more important than that. We're not going anywhere, and if we do, okay, well, to that guy, you're talking about it's the fourth quarter, you don't know when you're going to die. Well, you surely don't want to be rushed to your grave, and you certainly don't want the woman to kill you. Do you want her to put that smoldering barbecue grill under your damn bed while you're sleeping? Because it'll happen. Do you want to lose your job? I think the argument started over the phone. He took the woman's phone or whatever, said, hey, listen to me, quit looking at that damn phone. And she blew her top. And I'm sure while he's sitting in jail, because he went to jail, that he must have asked himself that question. What happened to that sweet province girl that I married? So thank y'all so much for stopping by. I'm trying to help people. I'm not putting anybody down. I'm not talking about anybody, disrespecting anybody. Y'all know I'm not that way. But sometimes we have to hear these stories because no one will come on camera and talk about them. That's what I said on the interview on Tuesday. This guy was honest that he was telling the good story. No one wants to come forward and tell the bad ones. One bad story is worth 100 good ones. And it's the bad stories that we listen to. They're the ones that help us, not the good. So if you're in America, in the Philippines, Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, wherever you are, Bali, find it in your heart to help somebody. The rewards aren't going to come immediately, and they're probably not going to come from where you think they're going to come from, but they're coming. Because I don't know a whole lot, but I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time. And don't do anything stupid. Come over here, have her throw that bush in your face, and you sign that visa and take her back, not knowing who she is, her history, her family history, nothing. You let lust overrun common sense.